What's up, good peoples? Hope everyone's having a blessed day. I'm trying to have one. Just enjoying the weather. What's up, Cal? Yeah, I'm recording it. I'm going. So she's doing a little better. You know, we got her home now, so that's the first step. Notifications. Yeah, I'm seeing some actually went out this time, which is surprising to me. Somebody's gonna come in there and stop that real fast. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mr. Holmes. I might do one tomorrow, Mr. Hodges. Yeah, they've done the A-Man joint. They've done songs together. But we're talking about since everything went down, will they ever collab again? And the question that's the main question on everybody's plate when they talk to Meek. You know, it's like that's why he said he's open for a collab. He was like, yeah, man. He's like, all that stuff I had in the past, that stuff is dead. You know, but first things gotta happen is, oh, thanks, Mr. Buckner. It depends on how the song is structured. I mean, they made that A-Man joint, the song he had with Drake, that was like one of the best songs he ever had. So it ain't like they can't make good music together. Yeah, Rico. I think it was Rico. One of it's either the A-Man joint or the Rico. I think it might have been Rico. I might be talking about Rico, so don't hold me to it. But Rico might have been the song I'm talking about. Now, if you Drake, you don't need this. Drake don't need it, but it'll be a moment. You know, that's the thing. For Drake, he don't need it, but it would be a moment. It's like when Jay and Nas got back together. That's a moment. Even though nobody really at that point, nobody really cared, you know, to an extent. It wasn't that massive. Because so much time had passed since Ether. You know, it was like 4 years later. So it had died down. What do you mean we never got a track from Nas and Jay? Dude, are you all right? Nas and Jaden did like 3 or 4 songs together. Don't you remember Black Republicans? Right, Success, Black Republicans. Nas is not really a collabo rapper like that. For him to really collab and do an album with another rapper, that's not really his style. he'll do a song where he drop a 16, and that's cool, you know, rapping with some dudes, but his thing is not to do a complete album with somebody. See, when you do an album with somebody or something like that, that's cool, but you got to know they patterns. Like Jay and Nas, yeah, it sounds right, them rapping together on Black Republicans, but all the other songs, you know, Nas outdo them every time. Like, it's not even close. And it's like Jay didn't even care, because Jay like, I'm getting a check, I'm getting a bag, which is exactly what happened. Nas was gonna make sure that he was gonna let the people know the bar is definitely set higher with him. I mean, see, Jay knew, even what Jay did, Jay was always going to hear how Nas destroyed him on the track. So he was okay with it at that point. Well, the situations are always different, you know, and every time you go into a situation on when you're dealing with collaborations, it's cool. But for Drake and Meek, it would be monumental, because the battle was like the first battle that was a peaceful resolution, basically. That nobody really tried to, it just, Meek's career turned and went down a slide. It's like he was just sliding to the bottom, and he was just fighting to stay above water, and he kept fighting the inevitable. So when you keep running your head against the stone wall and expecting different results, that was part of the psycho. You keep trying to get different results of things, and you're like, dude, what are you gonna get new? This is, you know what they bring to the table. You know what somebody bringing to the table, so you're not going to get a different result. So it's like, stop it. I mean, that's the thing now. I don't want that to become the trend. I remember back, everybody was trying to be trendy during the 2004 campaign for John Kerry. Everybody wanted to be political and all that, but they were doing it for a trend. If you're doing it and you're really about it, then that's good. But I don't want to see you take a political route and trying to be telling people to do all these things just to be trendy. Because you see J. Cole doing it and everybody else is saying it, and then like, oh, that's what's gonna pop right now. That's gonna be hot. That's hot for me. No, don't do it because it's hot. Do it because you really mean that. You know, you need to be about that. Because I got it recording and I'm going to see my grandmother. That's why, you know, she needs me more than the fight needs me. So I can always go back and watch the fight straight through my phone. So I'm all good. Right now, it's cool to be the conscious MC. But next year, who knows what we'll see. These are our heroes. So, being the conscious MC right now is paying off for a lot of these rappers. And I don't have a problem with that. You know, if you want to be conscious and that's what you own, and you're really trying to be conscious and make this, you know, full time, this is what I want to do, it's cool. But don't come with the trendy. You know, you saw Jeezy come in there with a Reverend suit on, make a whole Reverend album, then he went back to trapping. It's like, nah, man, I tried to Snow. It's like, dog, because nobody believed you. Nobody believed you. People didn't even know he dropped that album. People was like, he dropped the album as a preacher though? I'm like, dog, he dropped an album like a preacher, dog. Nah, Azalea Banks is just crazy. That's just all to it. That's just a whole big bucket of crazy. She's like, they trying to paint me as the crazy black woman. No, you are the crazy black woman. They ain't paint you nothing. You are crazy. Was Birdman's best verse? I can't think of the name of that song, but that used to be my jam. Oh, that song. For your daddy, I'll do anything. Even hustle out in the rain. I cry for you, I die for you, and that ain't gonna never change. That's my song. Oh, thanks for the donation. Oh, thanks, bro. I appreciate that. I keep trying, man. Even through all this, man, I've been putting out videos and just staying busy. I can't think of the name of it, but that was my song. Chick, look at here. You see Sugar Slim and Kansas Red? Chick, they pimp, him. Oh, that was some type of Big Timers record or something. That was my joint. Rest in peace to Miss Gladys. Rest in peace to my daddy. Chick, look at here. You see Sugar Slim and Kansas Red? Chick, they pimp, him. You go to Sugar Slim and Kansas Red? Them some real pimps. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Sugar Slim and Kansas Red, them real pimps. They ain't about them. They ain't about no games. Them real pimps. I have no idea, to tell you the truth. I gotta get that song back because I need that in my whip ASAP. But Drake is already doing conscious music. You know, since he dropped God's Plan, everybody was like, whoa, it's sold. Everybody want to hear that now. Let's do something trendy. And that's what's wrong. You know, that's what's wrong with what's going on today. That's the main problem. We're doing way, way, way too much trendy stuff. Do something different. Like, I love 2 Chainz's song with his mom. Him and YG. They put out that song Proud. You know what I'm saying? I love that song. Because that's not a trendy record. You know, they did it for their mom for Mother's Day. They wanted to do something. Nobody was doing that. Nobody was really making another like Dear Mama type song. This is their version of their Dear Mama song. It's a hood song. They got a hood mama. You know, I'm like, man, I get it. They ain't trying to be trendy. They said, you know what would be cool? And that's how it starts. If we do this track here, you know what I'm saying? I want to do a song about my moms and this and that. Yeah. You know, there's people out here that's creatively making good music. There's some good music finally being made after the cycle of being oversaturated. And radio, these nightclubs, these DJs got to stop being scared to play the records. That's another problem. Stop being scared to play the records. But if they're gonna collab, they need to collab before it becomes too late. And when I mean before it's too late, meaning that you don't want them to collab when nobody's caring about it no more. You know, when their time is past. Because like I said, Jay and Nas did that collab on Nas's album. It wasn't on Jay's album, it ended up on Nas' album. But Nas had just switched and came over to Def Jam. His album had basically, the double CD he did basically tanked. And didn't do what Columbia thought it was going to do. So he ended up leaving Columbia. Jay was retired at the time. Talking about coming out of retirement. So at that time, that it had jumped this shark. The whole reunion had jumped this shark, but people wanted to still have that moment, to see that moment. And that time when he brought Nas out on stage and him and Nas stood there together, it was a moment. So no matter what happened, that one scene was better than any feature they could ever do, because that's a moment. So Drake would have a moment in hip-hop if he was to do that with Meek. If they would ever to shake hands and embrace on stage, they ain't even got to perform together. If they just done that, period, you know, it would set the whole world on fire. It would definitely be world news. But Drake don't need it. But for him, that's what he would gain out of it. He would gain a moment. I'm quite sure the fight was outstanding. Only in hip hop is it so where you can't enjoy the music. You know, it's like terrible. People fighting each other, and you gotta only be with your clique. Like when Biggie said it the best. Biggie was like, man, I thought this thing was all love. Big was like, man, I thought like Salt hung out with, Kid and Play hung out with Heavy D, and they all hung out together. It was all love. He's like, but it ain't like that. You hang with your crew, you get your money, and that's that. But that's just how it was. It was like that. It was a brotherly thing because the money was different. There was nobody getting any real money like that. Everybody was hustling to try to make a little bit of change. If they made $2,000 that night, they had a great night. The only people that was really making that money was like LL Cool J. Like LL was getting that money. Like a lot of people didn't understand that. Russ made sure LL got money. LL was like the first millionaire rapper. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The first real millionaire rapper was like LL Cool J. Run DMC as a group, once they start making money, then they start doing tours, then they got the millions of dollars. But LL came through the door with the Bad album, and after the Bad album, man, he had so many $1 million checks. So Russ was his manager in Def Jam because Def Jam could pay you more than the majors. Even though Def Jam at that time was just starting out, LL Cool J was like their first artist. I Need a Beat made Def Jam records. So every Def Jam artist should know that when they go to Def Jam recordings or whatever, you should know I need a beat. I need a beat. That started the label. I would make sure people knew this what started us. A simple song like this is what got us started. Yeah, he signed a 13 album deal. Back then you needed that longevity in the game. And Def Jam took care of him. He was their staple. They would always depend on a LL Cool J album to balance out the books. Because Def Jam put out a lot of artists that didn't sell, and LL did. Right, see, people came and dealt, you gotta look at the age brackets. People got introduced at LL in different stages. People don't remember the I'm Bad LL Cool J. They came in the Mama Said Knock Out era. And some people came in during the Mr. Smith era. It's a whole different genre of children that came in at different points dealing with LL. So Drake already is making conscious records now. He's seeing that the world is accepting this. Nice for What, God's Plan, and he was like, oh, I got something even more coming down the line. And everybody trying to hate on Wiz, stop that, man. Wiz ain't do nothing wrong. All he did was tell the guy, like, look, man, that song's for women. It's for women to feel inspired. It's a dope song, but he probably just like, man, I don't feel like hearing Nice for What. But he ain't hating on Drake, man. And people need to stop that. I mean, it's they trying to cause it. That's you're supposed to be preventing it. You know, you got a responsibility out here. Like, don't make up the beef just to try to get hits on the internet, and people do that. And then they try to criticize me. I'm like, dog, I'm telling you what already happened. Not stuff that I want to see happen. Like, you guys are trying to make people fight. If Meek Mill collab with Drake, that would solidify Meek. It would help him. It's like he's been forgiven, one, and people would know, well, he's already at a point where it's okay for this to happen. Well, how would they put it together? And I think it shouldn't be a collab. They should have a moment on stage. Like, there should be a stage moment, like at a concert. That should be the first time people see them together. Make it a moment. Well, I told you that in my prediction. He's another Amir Khan. After the 6th round, they run out of gas. I think it would be wonderful, man, if Drake was ever to sit down and do a song with Meek. I think that'll be wonderful. They made well, I think it's Rico is the one I like. I think a lot of people like the A-Man joint. I think it's Rico the one I like. Somebody said, no, it's Rico. Because I think whatever the video is, I think they got a video for it. You know, that song Rico is tight. And I think I was like, man, this is the best song Meek ever made. And they had Drake on it. So Rico might be the one. No, Meek mouth, well, his Twitter fingers started the beef. Had he said nothing, they would have thought nothing. All he had to do was be grateful that Drake, even he got mad that Drake didn't retweet his album and all this stuff. It's like, dog, he don't have to do that. He's on the album. You should be thankful Drake is on the songs. You know, he did the same thing to Wale. You know, you ain't retweet my album. You ain't real. It's like, dog, come on. You being childish. Like, people might not really be by their phones. Like, dog, I saw you post something else. And you ain't even hit my retweet. It's like, dog, relax. You know, if somebody retweets your album, cool. But, you know, don't make them do it out of obligation. I mean, it all depends. You know, like, they would have to actually have conversations before they would do that, because you exposing Drake to a whole different type of situation. But where he's at now, I think he's genuine. Like, he really has, like, what he's doing is really genuine. Now, the people around him, they might have agendas, you know, like looking at it like, bet this is the good angle, we're gonna sell this, we're gonna push this, you know, making, you know. But Meek didn't set out to make himself a social, you know, leader and all this stuff. He never set out for that. Believe me, he just wanted to go home and make music. They made him this. It's like, y'all made me this. I did not want to be this at all. You know, the judge and the system, they made him this. Y'all made him the martyr. Wow, that'd be hard. Because, see, the thing is, being that fighter means I gotta deal with their life. If any of them, I would probably switch with Floyd, because he would have the easier time to deal with. He didn't get a lot of damage, still got his faculties, and has a lot of money. I'm not saying I would have moved the same way. Floyd could read just fine. Yeah, so I'm finna get ready to get out of here, y'all. I'm gonna check the fight out. I'm gonna holler at you. Thanks for chatting with me tonight. Thanks for the donations. I appreciated it. Those who did donate. Oh, those who didn't donate, it's all love. Peace.